Welcome again to another Around the Lake. And today I have Ryan McMahon. He's with Convenient Mold Testing and Remediation. I'm pretty sure I know what you do, Ryan, but for somebody watching this for the first time, explain what Convenient Mold Testing and Remediation actually does.
Absolutely. So we teamed up with the home inspection side. So we actually go in and we do a full thorough inspection, not just where the mold actually is, but we go through the entire house and make sure that the moisture is controlled in every room. There's no spores or fungal growth that we find anywhere else, because just because you see it in one room doesn't mean that it's not in 3 to 4 other rooms in the house. So we want to make sure that we get everything remediated, not just the section in need.
Ryan, are you just strictly residential, or are you residential and commercial?
We do residential and commercial.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what is your service area? I mean, I know you're here in Lake Norman, but what is your service area?
So we're based out of Morrisville, and we help all of Charlotte as well, all the way up to about Raleigh area. We do on special requests, but we usually stick about an hour radius around Morrisville.
Yeah. And again, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question, but what's the health impact to mold in your home?
So we actually work with a lot of naturopathic doctors that they have homeowners come in just not understanding why they've had the flu or allergies for months on end. So they actually send us in and we do a full report of the house, and an air test will find that mold spores are, or fungal growth is found in the air. And with our fogging solution, we're able to take out a lot more than just fungal growth. It actually is a biostatic. So it takes a lot of the allergens out, viruses out, basically anything that's trying to attack us, it takes out.
And
And
one would assume if you're going out and buying a new home, this wouldn't occur, but that's not really always the case, is it?
it's not really, just because every home is different in every aspect. The crawl space, if it has a dehumidifier, that's great. If it doesn't, then mold and fungal growth can happen there. Same with attics. Sometimes the houses get built in such fast ways that if all the parts are sitting in the yard, they get rained on and then put into the house, that moisture is already going into the house. And we've actually helped a few builders around the area just doing the fogging after everything is framed, ready for sheetrock. We'll go in, fog it, make sure everything's good to go for them, and then we'll do an air test just before closing.
Ryan, I know there are a few of your types of businesses involved in the Chamber of Commerce or in the area. What makes you stand out? Why does somebody trust you to deal with their mold issue?
Absolutely. So the one thing that really separates us is we do the thorough exam, and that's free of charge. We go in and do a full scope of the house, and then we actually recommend whether an air test is required. And that's one thing we do always, is an air test for our customers, either before or after the remediation. So you'll always have proof that all the mold in the house is completely remediated. And also our fogging treatment, the biostatic, is safe for animals, plants. You're only required to be out of the house for about 2 hours, where most of the fog treatments are a heavy bleach or peroxide base, where you have to be out of the house for the entire day, even the night.
Well, what do you think is the most surprising things that homeowners or business owners would be surprised to learn about mold?
It's everywhere. It's just one of those things. You have about 100,000 different types of mold that they know of. In my research, they said about 300,000 different strains that they have no idea about. Most of the fungal growth that you find is perfectly safe. Like the stuff that you find when you leave strawberries out. They just turn white fuzzies. Those are just a very common mold that is outside, travels in with your shoes, stuff like that. The more dangerous molds, those like pure darkness and a lot of humidity, moisture. So the more light that you can have in your house, always recommend UV lights replacing your just standard LEDs. For example, my kitchen, I have all UV LED lights. So anytime I turn them on, it's actually killing all the fungal growth or spores that are in the air as well. So just a homeowner tip.
How did you get into this business, Ryan?
I started back in 2001 with a company called ABC Chem Dry. I was a carpet cleaner and took an interest on the mold side, so they put me in remediation. And so I did that on and off for a few years. And yeah, really liked it. Got out of it for about 10 years and then found my way back in with Convenient and have been loving it. So.
Well, you mentioned your own home. Do you live here in Lake Norman?
I live in Mount Holly, North Carolina.
Okay, but you live here in you work here in Lake Norman. So what is it you enjoy most about working in the Lake Norman region?
Just basically my car is my office. So once I'm done with an appointment, I can grab lunch, sit right on the lake. There's a couple really nice spots that I enjoy going to and invite a lot of my clients out to those lunch areas as well. So yeah, I've always really thrived near the lake and just speaking with people, even going for walks. A couple clients, they just were like, "Hey, we're going into the park. You want to join? We're bringing our dogs." Like, yeah, absolutely. So it's a lot of fun just connecting around the lake.
And I think you guys are fairly new members of the Lake Norman Chamber. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
How many of our events have you been able to come to? And if you have, what have you enjoyed most?
I was only able to make one so far, the ribbon cutting. So that was 2 weeks ago, a week and a half now. So we're very new to it. I really enjoyed it. I connected with a lot of people. 3 out of the, I think, 6 people so far, we've already connected and had coffee with.
That's
So
great.
everyone is really friendly and open to just, joining and grabbing a cup of coffee or lunch and just chatting about things. So,
Well, we've got a lot of great networking events coming up. So I hope you'll be able to participate. And we're not just about networking. We have a lot of professional development seminars as well. But want to thank you today for sharing a little bit about convenient mold testing and what you guys do and giving insight also into mold because a lot of people may not know the health hazards concerning mold.
absolutely, yeah, because mold is a huge, it has fungal growth, mold, mildew, everything is one part of it. So we try not to really say mold too much. We try to say fungal growth, but yeah, once you hear mold, everyone kind of gets worried about it. And we make sure it's not a big deal. We'll check over the house, make sure you have all the right setup to make sure that the issue is resolved that day and not going to come back 3 to 6 months later.
Well, Ryan, thank you for sharing with us. And we want to thank Joe Bagnone. He's a local business broker, presenting sponsor of Around the Lake. And thank you for what you're doing and hope to see you at a Chamber of Commerce event very, very soon, Ryan.
Absolutely, and looking forward to it. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.